Joining me today on the Capital Show from Seattle, Washington State, Mo Ghaoui. Mo, I follow you on Twitter. You are a commentator and peace advocate. This is why you are here today to tell us about your thoughts, especially when you wrote a few days ago. You said another message from Gazan: stop listening to media lies, stop trading on their blood. What did you mean by that?
Well, how do I start? As you know, in the Middle East, specifically in our region, we are painted always uh, under one identity. So it's always the Palestinians, the Lebanese, the Gazans. There's always one title for everyone.
Mm,
And this is also they double down on that with these new movements, the new pro-Palestine, new pro, I don't know pro what. They're definitely not pro-peace. So they are advocating for one part, which is pro-Hamas, literally, or pro-Hezbollah, literally. They're not actually advocating for the people. So to them, when I say advocate for the people, uh, percentages aside, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna say it's the majority wants peace. I'm gonna say 50%. You're gonna say 30%. Doesn't matter. Aren't these people with a choice? They always override these choices. They don't let them have a voice in the first place. So the Palestinians, the Lebanese, the Syrians who say, we want peace, they're never listened to. They're
mm,
never counted in these events. And soon we're going to pay for that a second time. When we were asked, where were you, the voice activists? Where were you, people who wanted peace? Because we're letting these people win. And unfortunately, so far, we are letting them win. Right
okay.
now, we have all these protests just speaking in the name of Palestinians. And right now, they're speaking in the name of Lebanese as well. You
Yeah,
know, raising all these flags and plans. And now it might look to any foreigner like, oh, this is Lebanese, this is Palestinians. This is what they want. They want Hezbollah flags. They want the Hamas flags, which is not true.
yeah, I can see that. It's so dangerous and weird. Seeing also that I saw a demonstration with the Iranian flag. Imagine they are defending Khamenei.
Definitely,
This is
definitely.
so obvious, unacceptable. I have a question about your views on those Lebanese politicians who apologize Hassan Nasrallah despite his threats against us and I guess against them. You mentioned Saad al-Hariri, for example. Explain your point of view here.
Well, I mean, I understand sometimes solidarity is accepted in certain cases, but for someone who actually funded the international court, funded the prosecution against his father's killers, and they decided it was one of Hezbollah members, and basically they so basically, you know, when it's one of Hezbollah members, that's basically a condemnation to the whole party.
Mm,
And he fought and used that all the time against Hezbollah. So
mm.
it was strange to come out after all these years, after Nasrallah's death, and come out with this. I don't know what to call it. Very peaceful solidarity at the wrong time. He could have stayed silent, or he could have sent a different message. It was a very conflicting message to me.
Okay.
And yeah,
Yeah, he didn't have to show this way. He show himself very weak, as if the blood of his father was. Uh,
was cheap.
yeah, I have a question about a tweet also or a statement. You said over 200 organizations endorsed and led by WOL Samidoun, Unity
Unity of fields.
Hills and the many more you heard of. So, what are these groups and what they present?
Okay, these are the groups leading the protests right now, and specifically in the East, but they also happen here. Like they are less intense in Seattle, more intense in Vancouver, and most influential in New York.
Mm,
Wall is within our lifetime. We're talking about Sami Doon. Everyone, I think, heard of them
mm,
by now. Unity of Fields is actually their new brand name.
mm.
They decided, a group of these organizations, they decided it's going to be Unity of Fields. And when they announced the name, they said this is going to come along with more action. They
Who
actually
who found this organization?
Who
Are
fund them? Apparently, you can see all the sponsors. They also run by donations, secret donations in the name of Palestine, Lebanon, etc., whatever the cause is.
mm,
Um, and definitely, they have a bigger funding, which is unknown to me. Uh,
okay.
because because when they come out, they always organize. They have, I mean, the money they spend on protests sometimes could save lives outside, but they just care about the. I never seen
Oh,
actionable charity from them, and they don't disclose. Their motto is disclose for the universities, but they don't disclose what they do with their own money towards the Palestinians or Lebanese they preach for.
yeah, yeah, I understand. You located also a video of the production of the Houthi movement. You provided a good analysis about it on the attack against the Eisenhower aircraft carrier. What is your stance on the Houthis and others, Iran's proxies?
It's the same stance for everyone. I mean, the Triple H, Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas. It's same stance. The simplest way to explain this, it's like Iranians, IRGC, not the Iranian people, Iranian regime.
Mm,
They have very good offense, but they don't have a defense. They didn't spend a lot on defense system. So, and the shortest explanation I could provide is these are their defense systems. Instead of building a defense system in the country, they build these defense systems as a proxy in other countries.
mm. Do you
So
think
there you have it, a proxy defense in each country for their own regime.
how you describe the killing of Hassan Nasrallah? Was there a deal, American, Israeli, Iranian deal on his head?
No, I don't think it's a deal. I mean, it was he's a soldier of war. He calls himself a soldier of war. He calls himself wanting to be martyred, and he got it. That's part of the war. I'm not gonna be cynical about his death. I'm not gonna also be paint him as a prophet. He was leading soldiers. He was commanding soldiers, and he died. It's he. I mean, he's expected to die. Actually, uh, the ironic part, when all these groups hide behind Islam and they don't lead their armies, I mean, you're supposed to be in front of the army, not hiding in a bunker. That's the if they like uh, to imitate the old events so much, that's how old events happened. They
Yeah.
led with the commander in front. Now we don't see them leading.
How do you see this change the face of the region? Is it a new phase that the Lebanese have to be prepared to lead and take over Hezbollah? It's their only chance now that will never come again. It's really, really a very decent and important moment in their lives. What do you advise?
It is, and again, just to be, I'm more optimistic. Like it is a chance, but it's not the only chance. I mean, I know, I lived most of my life in Lebanon, so I know how we all come together despite differences at hard points, at black moments. So, what I'm gonna say that internally. It doesn't always have to be such a big moment because sometimes it could create divide and civil war, and people are so scared of repeating that, and that's understandable. But why am I saying it's not the only chance? Because in my eyes, I think there was always a chance after the bank Ponzi scheme, after the Beirut explosion, after everything that happens, people could have done something very peaceful and very symbolic, and they can cut their arms, which is something like civil disobedience. You know, these to sum the Lebanese situation in the shortest
Sure.
explanation, these most of them are cartels. They run and feed on businesses, run benefits from the people themselves.
Yeah.
So what they can do is cut them off. If they wanted to turn over a regime, they don't even have to fight it. They just have to boycott it, to do it peacefully by civil disobedience.
Hi, what is your opinion on the letter that Netanyahu addressed to the Lebanese people? Of course, you saw the video. It was
Yes,
not.
yes.
What do you think about it? Is Lebanon, is now Israel can be a friend for the Lebanese people after they withdraw maybe 25 years ago? So, do you think that the people in Lebanon are ready to shake hands with Israel?
Well, at least most people in any world, in any nation, can be changed when the leadership changes. Now, as long as we still have those same oligarchs, the old age people ruling Lebanon with the old mentality, they still gonna preach the same thing. If you, I mean, you only had like maybe 25 new people in the parliament, but once you get more of those, peace is inevitable anywhere on the world. Now, again, not when you have the same groups preaching for the same thing. Also, not when we have another ideology on the part saying Jews are the reason for everything bad. Jews are cursed. Jews are doing that. Something we have to remove all these clerics from the stage as example of what UAE did. That's a
Yeah.
great example to apply.
Maybe we need a new generation to be in the leadership and that can be open-minded and have tolerance. I have another question. Since you are American, well, how do you follow up the elections? I think we are living now in the third world that President Trump was warning us about. So, how do you follow the elections? Do you vote? Are you Republican, Democrat? Who
I'm
is
not registered.
No, you're not. Type, who is best for America to lead the upcoming 4 years?
Well, I honestly can't say I made my mind totally right now, but I have a lot against of stuff. So first, let me tell you, I'm trying to receive as much information. I intend to vote. I'm trying to take as much information in, and I don't only count my decision based on only foreign policy, because now as an American, I have a duty towards America. If I don't count that,
Yeah.
like I understand some people like you probably know most of the Arabs or Muslims are now leaning toward uncommitted and stuff like that against Harris just because of that. I mean, I have other reasons to go against
Harris?
Democrats and because of economy, because of stuff, but the only thing I'm doing, because I don't want to fall in the same mistake, when we come, if you explain the Middle East situation simply, it cannot be understood because there's always ins and out. So I see benefits, some benefits with Democrats, some more benefits with Republicans. Uh, I'm I'm still weighing my options.
Mm.
Uh, I like a lot of, at the same time, as I said, I also like a lot of the Republicans, what they are doing on some aspects. Uh, Trump is a wild card. He could, on one hand, if want to talk about the foreign policy, on one hand, he did Abrahamic Accords. He has a possibility to do more of that, which could be interesting. He could force it. Uh, on the negative part, he is a wild card. That's by itself. He could do something, unpredictable.
He is both.
So I can't advise the Americans. I need advice myself on that point.
That's wonderful. I accept that. Thank you, Mo, for this interview and for your opinions. You are most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. See you soon.
Hey, Maria Malouf here. Please click to like and subscribe to Maria Malouf TV YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.